5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hello and welcome everyone to Truth, Beer, and Podsequences.
Yay!
Yay! Yay indeed, Julia. Yay indeed.
And a woot woot.
All right, and there it is. There's the woot woot. So now we can get started. This is a podcast where my co-host and I listen to and watch all the Cincinnati-based craft beer media from the previous week. We get together to podcast host, and today we are back at Higher Gravity Summit Park. Thank you, Higher Gravity, for being a gracious podcast host. My name is Marco. I am in the craft beer scene here locally. I have been for several years, doing several different things. And that other voice that you did not hear belongs to the Gnarly Gnome. The Gnome is a conduit for all things Cincy craft. And go to thegnarlygnome.com and sign up to get his magazine, Cincy Drinks, that is going to come out, I think he said quarterly.
Yep.
And so sign up for that. And Gnome, well, is there anything else you wanted to add to that about Cincy Drinks? Oh, hey, all right.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself.
That's what he said. Mm-hmm. So, no, he was slated to join us today. And by the way, I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of housekeeping out of the way. Before I introduce the best co-host in Podcast Landia, I am going to say that to those of you who listened last week, you knew that today is Nicotini night. It was Nicotini night. We had some schedule conflicts pop up last minute, both with Nick and the Gnarly Gnome, so we're going to reschedule Nicotini night for another day.
Which means our Q1 video may not actually come out in Q1. We're going to do what we can.
Yeah, you might get a two for a BOFA in Q2.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that. That other voice you heard belongs to the best co-host in Podcast Landia.
I am Julia, and besides enjoying all of the craft beer and craft beverages in the Cincinnati area, I want to remind you to know your constitutional rights. Mm-hmm. You do not have to show your receipt at Costco. Stop me when I lie.
Fucking stupid. But
it's not wrong.
When you get the membership, you consent to having your receipt.
But it is not.
At.
But you know what, though?
It's not against the Constitution.
No.
However, what you did was you joined a private club. Okay. Some people get
also at Walmart. You do not have to show your receipt.
Look,
know your rights.
You did not enter into a contract.
If we haven't said it enough, it's not a beer podcast. It's not a Cincinnati podcast. But listen to your stupid opinions.
Yeah,
good freaking Lord, you will laugh your ass off.
Yeah, it's funny. The thoughts and opinions on this podcast are ours and ours alone. They do not reflect any entity which we may be affiliated with, such as full-time jobs, part-time jobs, third jobs, the Ohio unemployment system, some like Higher Gravity itself, a couple of the breweries around town, and other bars, pharmaceutical companies that might be visited soon. None of our opinions are a reflection of any of those.
I'm going to speak for Walmart.
Okay.
Screw it.
The Gnarly Gnome can speak for whoever he wants. Who are you going to speak for? Okay. Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair.
He's speaking for WD-40. Water Displacement Formula 40. So, having said that, we do the real work around here. We do this real work for you. We're not like those fake-ass podcasts out there. Blake knows what I'm talking about.
Indeed.
Those fake ones out there that don't really drink. We do drink, and it could be non-alcoholic. It could be, it could be wine. It could be spirits. Hell, today was supposed to be cocktails.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Nick.
We can do all of those things. We can do any of those things. We can do all of them at once.
We can do none of them. It doesn't matter.
Everywhere, all at once, whatever it is. But today, we're having beer.
Yes.
Julia, what you drinking?
Daylight Chaser, the black IPA from Troegs. I had it either last week or 2 weeks ago. Fantastic beer.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
All right, the black IPAs.
You're one of your favorites, I know.
Yeah.
And Marco, how about you? What you drinking?
I'm having a Lizard King from Pipeworks.
Wonderful.
It's pretty good.
Is it soft? Maybe a little around the edges.
A little around the edges, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a little around the edges.
All right.
It's okay, though. I'm going to switch to something else. This is fine, though. I mean, if we were somewhere and this is all they had, then that's what I would have. If we were somewhere and this is what they had and then something else, I'd say, what is the other thing? And, I don't know if the other thing's like black IPA, I would drink this.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right.
Yeah. If I was somewhere and all they had was a black IPA, I would ask, why didn't you tell me before I got here? And I could have prepared myself.
You would have said, yeah, I'm not showing up.
I don't know. Maybe I would.
Hey, that's true.
Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Before we get into content, I want to give a big shout out to Dippa Josh. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dippa Josh. I hope you have a great birthday.
I am sure that it was wonderful. We have 4 pieces of content to talk about today.
All right.
Let's see if we both consumed all 4 of them.
All right. Let's talk about consumption. Let's go.
We have an episode of Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads. Yeah, I saw that one.
All right. We have an episode of Barstool Perspective.
Yeah, I saw
All
that
right.
Barstool
All right.
PSP.
We have an episode of The Weekly Pint.
GWP.
And we have an episode of Blake's Craft Beer
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah, I listened to all those.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Or watch, listen or watch.
Yeah.
Listen and watch, depending.
We consumed in
Yeah.
whatever the proper format was or the proper consumption method was for these shows.
Yep.
Where would you like to start today?
Craft Parenting Pod.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
Soon, they will have, soon-ish, I guess I'll throw that in there, they'll have even more parenting problems.
Right.
Yeah, yes. Hopefully it seems so far from social medias, everything's going well, which is wonderful, fantastic news.
Of course.
And maybe Joe will put out some solo episodes, or Caroline will put out some solo episodes to talk about some of
I saw Haber Josh posted something.
Yes, Haber. I sent him a message. I was like, oh my God, he's alive. This is wonderful.
Yeah,
so,
he's alive.
Good to see. Nothing Cincinnati based, so not something that we're going to cover on the show, but
right.
Half-Ass Beer Review on YouTube. He puts out some really great beer review content, so definitely check that out. Even though he's a Michigander.
Firestone Walker, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still would love to have some Firestone Walker.
I know.
I don't think I've had any.
Hey, Hamper, if you feel like somehow shipping us some Firestone Walker,
I'd drink it.
My address. Yeah.
I'd drink it.
We would even make a video of us drinking it.
We would. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm 0 for 2 then. Mm-hmm. So, I'm just 0 for 1. I didn't really suggest that one.
Right.
Let's start with Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads. This is BRAWL Styles Clash Episode 5.
Cinco.
This is all coffee beers. Actually, all stouts.
Right.
With coffee in them.
Right.
They had a couple of barrel-aged, a couple of non-barrel-aged. Almost all of them looked the same, and they thought they could easily figure out which was which.
I like that they give it a try.
Yeah.
Success rate is low. But it would be for anybody, I think.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. I think that even if...
We're not like advanced chicharrones over here.
Chicharrones, I like that. Yeah, I think that even if you are from one of these breweries and you drank a ton of one of these beers, like if one of them was theirs, depending on what they're paired up against and how you're doing it, yeah, you might not be able to pick out your own.
Well, we've done it for the past several years with Oktoberfest beers.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's definitely some that are distinctly different in appearance and in taste and profile, and it's easy to differentiate that. One may be more of a Märzen versus a fest beer. Mm-hmm. However, when you get a couple of them that are very similar together, it's not as easy to tell them apart, especially when you're trying to call them by name.
Right. Well, and especially when you are dunking like coffee cake. Like they had this amazing looking plate of coffee cake.
Yeah.
sitting in front of them. Handmade coffee cake.
Handmade.
Absolutely what it was. That they were dipping into the stouts.
Yeah.
So they had crumbs all in it. So I think they kind of...
That's a way to do it.
Well, yeah.
That's one way to do it.
It is.
I think another way to do it...
It's kind of the right way to do it, I think.
...is to take just a giant white marshmallow.
Oh.
And then,
yeah.
dip the marshmallow and then have those.
And consume them. Ooh, I like that. I have not yet done that, but I think I'll have to. The 4 coffee stouts that they had in their flights to try in no particular order were Great Lakes Barrel-Aged Mocha Blackout Stout.
Okay.
Mad Trees Axis Mundi. Third Eye's Mocha Operandi. New Holland's Dragon's Milk Reserve.
Okay.
Ryan is still in therapy over the last style clash.
Yeah.
Where he thought he knew, but he did not know.
Yeah. Thought he knew, but he didn't know.
He did not know. Did he know this time? We're not going to tell you because you need to watch this episode.
That would be
You need to
silly.
support the content that they're putting out because it is absolutely spectacular. You can tell how much they enjoy doing what they're doing.
I can remind you of the format, or I can tell you the format if you're new.
Do both.
A new listener, thank you for listening. If you've been with us a long time, you probably know the format of these style clashes. So what happens is they have a flight of beers in front of them. Julia explained what beers they are. They were poured by Cincy Brew Mom, and so they don't know the order in which they are drinking them. They go through and they first taste and then rate. And then after they taste and rate, then they reset and they go to the portion where they are guessing which one is which.
Yes.
And then they have very interactive visuals to help you know how they're right or how they're not, depending.
Right. Like they'll say, I think beer number 1 is this, and then visual pops up with the correct answer, and does it match, does it not match? It's done really, really well.
Yep.
I really enjoy how they do their videos. We're not going to tell you how they rated the beers, the number right, the number wrong, because that kind of tells you absolutely everything about the video.
Right.
Which would remove everything that would encourage you to watch this, which is what we're trying to do. We want you to consume this content. So we're going to tell you about some of the other fun stuff from this video that should encourage you to watch it. Ryan activated his albatross arms in this video. They gave tips on clearing the palate and the nasal cavity between each of the different beverages, but did they actually practice what they preached for each of these beers? That was a little controversial, I think.
That was a little, that was an interesting. I haven't heard that tip before.
It made sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was new to me, and I might have to try it next time I have a flight.
Go get some of that pickled ginger in between each beer.
Yeah. I don't think that I'm going to use the smelling salts trick though, because I
don't want to get jacked up.
Exactly.
Go run through a wall.
Or that would be a bad idea.
Get all Cam scatterbooed.
Ooh, good God. They both struggled with picking their middles.
Yep.
And if you're like, what the hell is that? Watch the episode.
You'll figure it out. It'll make sense.
It's 24 minutes long.
You have time for that.
You have plenty of time for that.
Yeah.
And then, did they have the same favorite beer out of the flight? And could they guess which beer was from which brewery?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's basically that's the show.
Yeah. So, will Ryan need additional therapy for this styles clash, or did this help him to overcome last styles clashes shortcomings, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And when will the Cincy Brew Moms make us some delicious treats? I think that's the most important question.
That is a good question.
That we need to take out of this episode.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Did you make any treats for Dippa Josh's birthday?
I did not, because I'm like, cooking is not a strength of mine.
Okay.
I burn water. But what I did is our co-op at work, he bakes and makes
amazing
amazing treats. So I asked him if I could commission him to make some cheesecake bites.
Oh, nice.
And he did, and they are amazing. So good. So
Hell
that's,
yeah.
Yes.
That's the
yes.
thing. I mean, if baking's not your thing, you just
Have someone
to
right.
make them.
And I didn't buy like a store mass-produced cheesecake. These were handcrafted cheesecake bites.
Yeah. Nice.
Indeed. Oh, they're
Excellent.
wonderful.
Excellent work, Julia.
Do you have any other notes on this episode of Cincy Brew Dads?
Cincy Brew Dads.
Before we get to the sip count.
No, we can get to the sip count.
All right. I love the sip count for Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads.
Because they take tiny sips wherever they are, so the sip counts are enormous.
Yeah, large sip counts.
Which means, so let's explain the sip count game for people that might be new.
Yeah, so the sip count, Julia counts them. She's got a clicker.
Yes.
Actually, she's got a couple of clickers.
I have a couple clickers.
So as they sip, she clicks, and she puts the number of clicks in the margin in her notebook.
Yes.
Where our notes actually match.
They're very, yes.
I'm almost identical. Anyways, so then we tally up the total number of sips for each participant. We get that number, and then we multiply it by 2 because when we started the pod, Google said that the average sip is 2 ounces, and I don't care what you say. That's what we're using as the measurement. And so then we take that number, multiply it by 2, and then we divide it into the number of pints that you would have to have over the course of the time frame that you're watching. So let's just say it's a 20-minute episode. They took 10 sips. That's 20 ounces. That's slightly over a pint. It's 4 ounces over a pint.
So drinking game, you'd have to drink a little over a pint in that 20 minutes. Yes.
There you go.
What's fun about Cincy Brew Dads
Cincy Brew Dads.
and the amount of tiny sips that they take, because we are saying you drink 2 ounces for each of their sips. Do not play this as an actual drinking game with alcohol or even water, because you will fuck up stuff in your system and you will probably
that's
die.
unfortunate that happens. With
Yeah, you mess up the electrolytes and all that. So in this 24-minute episode, Ryan took 45 sips.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's 90.
Matt took 62.
All right. So that's 124.
Indeed. That means... that I fucked up my math. Well, no, it did not. That means total number of sips.
Yeah.
Because you already doubled and I double after.
Correct.
Yes, my bad. That means total was 107 sips, which doubled for 2 ounces per sip.
214.
214 ounces.
Yeah.
Which is 13.375 pints in 24 minutes.
All right. Let's do it.
No.
Right now.
No.
Okay.
No. We can invite a ton of friends to
Well, didn't we do this like 2 pods ago? We listed all of our friends.
Yeah, and the math didn't work.
We didn't
We still would have died.
We were on one hand.
Yeah.
Or 1 foot, depending on where,
Yeah,
if you
it
were,
was, yeah,
what
yeah.
state of the union you're from.
We still would have died.
Right.
It still would have ended very, very poorly. So absolutely fantastic episode. The style clashes are always so much fun to watch. And comment on their video. They are taking suggestions for what their next styles class should be.
Yeah.
So suggest a style that you think they should try out next. It doesn't have to be a style that is all Cincinnati-based breweries. They are a very inclusive group. They will drink beers from anywhere.
Okay.
Indeed. Where would you like to move on to next as far as content goes?
You know what? It's International Women's Month.
Indeed.
The next style class should be beers from all women-owned breweries.
Oh my God, I love that.
Shout out to all the women.
I love that. Indeed. Good call out, sir.
There we go.
I appreciate that. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers to the women. Cheers to the women in beer. There aren't enough of us. And keep an eye out for all of the Women's Day, Women's Month beers that are being released throughout the month of March.
There you go.
Yes. What do you say we move on to? I'm just going to go in the order of my notebook, and
Okay.
let's go to a Barstool Perspective.
That's the one I had next in my book.
Look at because our notes are just identical. We're just synced. It's
Yeah.
it's wonderful. It's amazing.
Right. That's what happens when you're born on the same day.
I'm telling you, it's synced from day one.
Yep.
Ish.
Dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the episode that they did not go. Yeah.
I was born, and you came around like a couple decades later. But same day.
Not decades.
Same day.
No. Because I was trying to replicate greatness. Yeah.
So who else is born on our birthday then? The greatness that you were trying to replicate.
No.
Oh.
Come on. Man.
Okay.
This was the episode of Barstool Perspective that did not go live, but was posted on March the 6th.
I didn't watch it until Sunday, like
I don't remember
early
what-
afternoon, like 11.
I don't remember what day I watched it, but it wasn't Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disappointing.
The only thing that sucks is I do try and watch it at night so that I can have a beer while I'm watching it.
Yeah.
So, but it was coffee instead in this instance.
Gotcha.
Guess I'm a grown-ass man. I could have had whatever I wanted.
True.
But, you know.
True. I titled this episode, Mike's Pronouns Are We.
Yeah.
Tilray's buying Brewdog. It was just Mike, I guess I should say.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was
that-
just Mike.
The reason that I said Mike's pronouns are we, it was just Mike because Brett is a business owner that actually does work 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
He was sweating his balls off on the canning line,
Yeah.
according to Mike.
And that's after he participated in the How to Fix College Sports Summit that happened at the White House.
Indeed. Ate a bunch of McDonald's, I'm sure.
I didn't know that he was that much of a college sports fanatic to be invited to the How to Fix College Sports roundtable.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Well, he is a Browns fan, so I mean,
Oof.
that should tell you everything you need to know. Yeah.
Got that Watson jersey?
Oh, that was a low blow there. Which, yes.
Julie, I don't have to create these things when you just set us up like that.
Mike talked about Tilray buying
Jordan
Brewdog in
Pippen.
the UK. And slam dunk. We're not going to talk too much about Tilray buying Brewdog because we already talked about that a bit last week.
Right.
We beat them to the punch on that one.
Well, that's a
and-
topic on two different shows,
Indeed.
but we
Indeed.
kind of already talked about it.
Right. All I'm going to say
Tilray
is
bought Brewdog.
my retirement is looking better and better. But does this mean that now Brewdog is good for me?
I don't know.
I don't. Right.
I don't
I'm
know,
a little
but
conflicted.
Something's going to have to happen because that stock price went down.
Jesus. Maybe once
When you have a major acquisition and your stock price goes down,
that tells you something. Maybe Tilray is planning on completely crushing it into the dirt. And when people go, yes, they finally wiped it out completely, then the stock will go up
yeah,
and my retirement will be saved.
maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll get some of that punk as fuck equity.
Yeah.
Does this mean that I own Brewdog?
Here's the commercial that I hate on TV right now.
Confused right now. I don't know what I'm supposed to feel.
So,
Jägermeister is feeling great. Their sales are up.
they heard that you and Josh were due to buy a bottle within the next 2 years. So they're like,
Should we buy a bottle of their new orange flavor Jaeger? Could it be any worse?
Do we have
than the
it here?
original? Probably not. Should we write it on the community?
you know what
board?
they had here for a while was the Jameson Orange.
Did they really?
Uh-huh. It's got to be
think-
gross.
I think, and this could be a terrible idea, although most of my ideas are. If you look at the history of the things that I have done in the
Okay.
past,
Yeah?
most of my ideas are terrible.
I don't know.
I think I want to try to
Well, now
get
that I think
onto
about it.
the board of Jame at Binsky's.
The Board of Jane.
Yes, instead of the board of shame.
Yeah.
Board of Jame. It is over the course of however long. I think it's like you have to do 7 or 8 different shots of Jameson. Now, I don't know if those are...
Not consecutive.
No, just like, again, like one day you go
like
in
a trip
and have
around
one.
the world.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if these are like Binsky created,
Have to be.
like the Malort. I don't know, but part of me goes, boy, that could be terrible. I should do that.
Yeah.
But you get your name on a plaque, on a board, in the bar.
Well, you should for
Yeah.
posterity.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Anyway, crime news.
In crime news. Good.
That was a terrible, like, breaking
We
news
could add
kind
it
of
to the
thing.
board.
I probably should.
For-
There's probably
Like a
something.
breaking news
yeah,
sort of. Yeah.
There's probably something out there somewhere.
It's a telegraph sound. Is that what that is?
I think so. Yeah. Wine fraud, mislabeling grapes as being from Napa Valley when they are not.
You know, it's kind of interesting in the fact that it's one of those crimes where who was hurt. However, what it does do is it can besmirch the integrity of the other wineries that are truly to the land.
Right.
You know, there were some words I was looking for, and I was like, I didn't love any of those other words.
Yeah.
But yes, if you were a in the guild of, you know, wines that were certified from, let's say, Napa Valley, and this Putz is putting in, you know, juice and fermenting juice from
the
not
Kentucky
local,
Valley.
right? Yeah, not local.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
It's fraudulent. It's false. It's
sure.
fake. But I didn't know that this could be penalized by millions of dollars, possibly jail time.
Right.
You know, this seems like from a consumer standpoint, there's not many victims here, I wouldn't think, because
But I guess it is fraud, you know.
it is.
I guess
it is fraud.
Part of me, like, you know, first hearing about this, you know, again, my first instinct
I'm not
is
saying it's not.
right.
I'm not saying he's right. It is fraud,
no.
but
But at the same time, you saying that, when I first heard Mike talking about this, again, my first thought is, okay, who cares? But stories like this, I always think back to the story from however many years ago where the champagne of beers made it over to, was it Belgium?
yeah.
And they dumped it all, or France.
no, it had to be France.
Yeah, France. My bad. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Speak French and Belgian.
Right, and they dumped it all because they
Do
said
they?
you can't call it the champagne of beers because that's an insult to champagne, and like we don't
Right.
want that name champagne besmirched by this.
Right.
And I didn't quite understand that, and our good friend Danny explained, yeah, I can understand that because when you believe in your brand and what that name is and what that means to you, and someone else trying to say ours is just as good as this, like there's a level of pride behind that. So
Yeah.
I kind of look at these stories a little bit differently now than I used to. Like I still know that it doesn't impact
But
me in the same way that it does someone who is as into wine.
The thing is, to
But
me
it's-
though, that it's such an avoidable action.
Yeah,
that it was
yeah.
done with intention.
Yes,
And so
yes,
therefore,
yes.
I certainly understand that
It's
the
definitely
fraud,
a different.
the fraud should be penalized
Yes.
without a doubt.
Yes.
But you could take the same label in everything, and all you would have to do is just put California on the bottle. You
As
know?
long as the grapes
As long
still
as the
came
grapes-
from California. Right?
No, they were. You could say that it's. Yeah, I guess you maybe not put California on the bottle.
Like I guess the example that I was using with Miller and the champagne of beers and all that, they were using that as praising the quality of it, like saying,
Right.
everyone knows champagne
But no,
is
this
amazing.
is
This high
taking
quality.
grapes from
and this is
like
right, and that
Washington,
was, right,
and
right.
fermenting them at your winery, which you can absolutely do,
Sure,
and you can
sure.
absolutely bottle that cab
Yes.
and call it a cab
Right.
from
And this
your
is-
own
this
vineyard,
necessarily isn't
from your
that-
own
yeah,
winery.
yeah.
You can call it the, Julia's Cabernet,
Yeah.
but when you
They weren't
put,
calling it the Napa Valley of
right
Washington wine.
when you're
they were
when you're
calling it
when you're
yeah. So I guess
stamping
not
it with a
quite the same.
terroir, then now you are being fraudulent.
Okay, yeah. So not quite the same thing.
Now, actually, on the back of the label, it probably would say a blend of Cabernet grapes from Washington or whatever.
But was it actually saying that?
No,
Yeah, right.
this was supposed to be a product
An actual
of Napa Valley.
Yeah. Apparently, you can buy Four Loko for $400 million. So Patreon, if you're okay with it, we might just take our Patreon funds and
Yeah.
re-add some of that caffeine back to that god awful terrible drink and kill some people.
Do you think its legacy hurts it? Because this is the
don't
prime
know.
time for RTDs, F&Bs. This is all the mixed wine beatboxes and
Right.
the buzz balls and the what is it, the Shoots party pack that they have out or whatever some
Whatever in the
bullshit
world it is. Yeah,
Like,
I don't know, because I feel that the people that have the depending on which part of that party group you may have been from, that nostalgia for it, either remembering, oh my God, I got so sick on that, or, my friend died on it, or whatever, or, oh my God, that shit got me so fucked up. That was amazing.
I think there's a couple of things about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that the people that were in the initial launch, the initial Four Loko bubble, or whatever in the world you might want to call it, I think that they are so kind of far removed, or
They've
farther.
aged out of it.
Yeah, they've aged out of it. So I don't know that that the legacy or the history of that brand necessarily is impacting. Like, you might talk to someone and be like, shit, I remember when that stuff first came out and it was insane. And then the people you're talking to that might be 5 or 7 years younger than you are like, what are you talking about? So I don't know. I don't know that the history
Those
is...
original drinkers have sort of aged on to other things.
Sure.
The other thing I think that what's weird is I think it hurts it rather than helps it is its price point.
Oh, well,
Like, it's in a 19.2 can.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that... ask me when the last time I bought a Four Loko is. It would be the first time I bought a Four Loko.
Oh, I was about to ask you.
Like, or the next time would be the first time.
When's
Whatever.
the next time you're going to get one?
Never.
Oh, okay.
But my point is...
Do you want to go across the street to the gas station and buy one?
Sure.
Okay.
No. If I bought it, I'd try to find somebody that really wanted it because,
You would buy it and just, like, leave it on the...
Yeah.
Like, outside the door and
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoever picks this thing up, go for it.
Yeah. It's like I did my good deed for the day. Yeah. You got to do a good turn daily, Julia.
There you go.
So, but it's probably priced as a twofer, right? Like
Probably.
as a BOFA.
Probably,
Like 2 for
yeah.
$6 or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. Some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the brands coming up now that are getting bought by big companies have goofy ass names like Four Loko or whatever, right? They're spin-offs of this name. They're spin-offs of an idea or a concept of other products that have came before them.
So you're saying instead of people buying the Four Loko, people are looking for the Five Crazy.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least Buzzballs. They're
There's
in
some
a ball.
alliteration to it, right? There's some that is such a niche. Like, every part of that is a gimmick. Every single part of that is a gimmick. Although I guess Beatbox is in like that box, that cardboard.
It's in a box.
Box packaging.
Yeah, it's in a
I
box
don't know.
packaging.
Not as gimmicky as a buzz ball in a ball,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know.
We gotta think of something else. We've already got the buzz balls. We need something phallic shaped that liquid is in, right? Like a drunk dong, or you pick it up and it's a 19.2 of it's a 19.2 of some sugary scissor or something. I don't know.
The ding dong drink,
Maybe
something. I don't know.
long drink misses opportunity.
Does it have to be a 19.2, or would that be more of like something you would have as just a shot? Like a shot-sized something. You know?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because size isn't everything.
And especially if it's something like a White Russian, something, you know what I mean? Like something that you just,
Yeah. I got a little Arnold crept out of me on that one.
Oh my goodness. Last note that I have on this episode is alcohol is one of the most shoplifted items in Europe. And that doesn't, you know, okay.
Am I supposed to be surprised?
No, just mildly amused.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Mike did a really good job
I think he did a great job.
for flying solo. That is not an easy thing to do. He was still able to take some sips.
No, but it's in his wheelhouse. He's an attorney. He was a professor and an attorney.
And a kindergarten teacher.
And a kindergarten teacher. He's
And
not a Tuma.
Spanish teacher.
A very qualified Spanish teacher.
Oh my God. And who knows
Donde
what else?
el baño.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Any other notes on this episode of Barstool Perspective?
No, good job.
All right. In this episode, Mike brings the D Morgan, took a grand total of, get ready for the math on this one, 8 sips.
Okay, 16 ounces, right at a pint.
He took, exactly according to our drinking game, 1 pint's worth of sips in 35 minutes.
It's hard when you
I think
run
I can
solo.
do that. It is. It is.
I think
but
you
he
can.
did a great job. And you know what? When they first started Barstool Perspective, they would not have taken those sips. Like, he would have said, I've got to keep talking.
Right.
Instead of going, you know what?
But you reminded
I can take
them.
a break. I can take 2 seconds to take a sip rather than letting my beer get flat sitting in front of me.
Well, the other thing that it does is it gives everybody who's listening and watching an opportunity to catch up. You know, just like have their their minds racing and following along. He's like, okay, and then we take a sip,
and you kind of...
and we're transitioning here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. 2 shows down, 2 more to go. Should we take a break
Yeah,
before
we
we
should.
move on to the last 2 shows of the episode? All right.
The answer is yes.
You guys stick around, and we will be
Right back.
We have made it.
Back.
And there are some excitable patrons that have come in to get their Dora beers because it is beautiful out there.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Indeed.
nice day.
It is.
I know we made it up to at least 77 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my head is definitely telling me that rain is moving in. Fun times, fun times. All right. We have 2 shows to go over.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get that ball rolling. Let's move on to Blake's Craft Beer Podcast.
All right.
Blake was once again down in the Cincinnati-esque area. He met up with Kelly Montgomery at Third Eye Hamilton. This was episode 112, Catching Up Third Eye Brewing.
Yeah.
This was an hour and 7-minute long episode and just a podcast, so I do not have a sip count for this one.
That's okay.
That's all right. We know that he was doing the heavy lifting and that he was having actual beverages on his show. He knows how to do a proper podcast.
I think he might have mentioned each of them.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. And I truly believe that even though you could not see, I believe that he was taking actual sips of his flight of beers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe him.
Sure. Yeah.
I believe that he does the hard work just like we do.
Mm-hmm.
People can't see what we're doing.
Well, he didn't say, but, you know.
I believe in
said
Blake.
that what he was having.
I believe in Blake. Hashtag believe in Blake.
Hashtag believe in Blake.
He had Kelly Montgomery on. I'll say again because Kelly's been a very regular guest on his show, which is freaking fantastic.
Well, whenever you can have one of the best brewers in the country on your show.
Oh my God, yeah, why not?
You take the opportunity.
100%. They recorded up at Third Eye Hamilton, which is why I said Cincinnati-ish area.
Right.
We claim Hamilton as one of our own.
Right.
Unless they're doing something we don't like, and then we're like, hey, you do your own thing. But Third Eye always does stuff we
Who
like,
would claim them if we didn't?
Ooh.
Because it's too small.
Would they be they're almost too far away for Dayton?
They're too far away from Dayton.
Claim them. They would just be their own island, I think.
The island of Hamilton.
Yeah. Interesting. It's called Hamiltucky sometime. Would Kentucky have to claim them? Would that be weird? That'd be like a weird reach kind of.
But they are referred to in that in that manner from time to time. I don't know if it's meant to be fun or derogatory.
Should Hamilton relocate to the Commonwealth? Would that just make more sense? And then what would fill that void? Would like that part of Ohio just kind of collapse into
Lee.
itself?
Let's call Lee.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know how that would work.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we miss
Lee.
you. You need to stop in sometime.
Yeah.
Or we need to go up there and visit you sometime. All the above.
Yeah.
All of the above
All
need
of
to
it.
happen. Indeed, indeed.
Probably gonna go to an FC match with him or something.
Yes. Everything. All of this needs to happen.
Yeah.
Lula needs to pull me
Maybe
off
my
the
first
Barstool
FC
again.
match will be with.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. Their winter slowdown wasn't as slow as it used to be.
Well.
They did a hell of a lot of beer brewing, which is wonderful.
That's great for them.
It is.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, it is. It is always good when the Cincinnati places are still doing a lot in the
I
way
have
of
a
business.
firm belief that people are still going somewhere.
Yes.
I do believe that.
Yes. People are not standing still. They're going somewhere. They're going places. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Their beer is now in almost all of Ohio. It's in Wisconsin. It's in parts of Indiana. It is in parts of Kentucky, Minnesota, and soon to be West Virginia.
Man, West Virginians are going to lose their mind.
No kidding. They're not going to know what to do with half of that stuff.
Just not going to know how to pay for it either. Jesus Christ.
Oh, my goodness. I wonder
This is amazing beer, but it's $12.99 a six-pack.
how does we pay for this?
Right.
But still, that is always spectacular when... I do wonder
I wonder if there are different pricings for different markets.
Ooh, that's a good question. Is it higher or lower? Like, you know what I mean? Is it something that...
Right.
Like, let's just say, and again, pulling random numbers out of my ass. Let's say a six-pack of something from Third Eye here in Ohio is $10.99.
$12.99.
I said I was just pulling a number out of my ass.
Okay.
I was trying to do easy math, and
Okay.
10 is an easy number to do
Sure.
things with.
Okay.
$10. I'm not even going to do the 99 cents.
Okay, very
because
good.
10 is easier to mess with than anything else. Let's just say $10.
Okay.
You go to Wisconsin.
The Whiz.
The Whiz, is it still $10, or because of the additional licensing that they have to get to distribute there, the additional transport, is it $12 there, or is it $15? Or do they still try to sell it at the same prices that they sell it locally? If you guys know, let us know. Jason, you probably know because you buy beer from other states. Do you know?
Maybe.
Let us know. Someone tell us. Tell us these things.
Or our
like to
good
learn.
buddy Michael.
Michael from Medina. You're not from Medina anymore, but that's just how you will always be in my heart.
Right. Michael from Seventh Son.
Yes, with some amazing
Seventh Sons of Michael.
Did you see his post with his face on the
Yes.
beer can?
Yes.
And I'm like, I need a case. I need your face to be taking over my fridge.
I would imagine some market data is done before you get into a market and you say, okay, a
Whose face
six-pack.
do we need?
A six-pack of craft, whose
that's
face,
who-
yeah.
Oh, that's what we're back to that.
Six-pack
Okay.
of craft beer from, let's say, the top 2 or 3 local breweries in market is selling for whatever it is.
10. Again,
10.
easy number to mess
10.
with.
Then I would imagine that they try to make that work for them, the brewery. Because if you're going in and pricing yourselves, especially in a new market, pricing yourselves above market, then I don't know if that goes over all right.
See, I'm still stuck on...
However, what I would say is the math has to work as you
Sure,
reverse engineer it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you
Yeah,
can't be
yeah.
losing money going into the market because then that's just, you're not even turning dollars at that point.
Right, exactly. You cannot be losing money just period in general. I'm still stuck on wanting to know, and Michael, I think you could tell us this, the IRI data of whose face would sell the best when it goes onto a can of beer.
Yeah.
I need to know these numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll do with these numbers, but I would like to know.
It wouldn't be a guy's face. I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Some guys have good faces. Look at my Josh's. It's a beautiful face.
You gonna ask ChatGPT to put his face on a beer can?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I will.
All right.
Maybe
Put it out on
maybe
TPP.
I will put so much carbon dioxide into the air, asking ChatGPT to put my Josh's face on a can of beer.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Burn a couple thousand acres of forest. Who knows? 4 drums of pineapple and 150 pounds of hand-toasted coconut go into Jelly Brain, which is why they do not can it. Well, that and the fact that they don't have a pasteurizer, and it could potentially blow up because of lots and lots and lots of the fruits going into the stuff.
Well, I think Kelly mentioned that he ferments the fruit out. So
He
it's
said
not
they
going
could-
into secondary.
He said they could.
They could.
They could. He's like, well,
possible.
we could ferment the fruit out. But he also said that there are people that will walk in with growlers to be filled with it. And if they're out and they say, sorry, we don't have it on tap, they just turn around and walk out. They don't even get anything else.
So weird.
People,
so weird.
People enjoy. Maybe they're zombies and they need their brains.
Yeah. That's
the
possible.
only explanation. Well, not the only explanation. It's a good beer, but
Lizard people.
it is the lizard people. They tend to use, they talked a little bit about competitions, and Kelly said that they tend to use competitions as a way to get feedback on what they're making, and not necessarily because of the medals, even though those are nice to have, and those do provide, something that says, yes, we are an award-winning brewery. But a lot of times it boils down to, are we making... Is what we're making as good as what we think it is, or are we missing the mark with what we are trying to put out into the world?
There definitely is something to that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting feedback from judges that are specifically there and possibly even trained and have done this, this process versus asking a couple of regulars at the bar, which you're going to do anyway.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You're going to ask them anyway.
Well, they're the ones that are always going to be there buying your beer versus a judge at a competition that is going to have your beer once a year.
I think
potentially
the judging notes from, a competition once a year are a way to provide you with the feedback to tweak it yourself to where maybe some of these tweaks aren't even noticed by some of the people at the bar because of the subtlety of those.
Right. Is there some off flavor or something weird going on that even if I might not notice them, you still don't want them to be part of what you're making?
And it
Does that
doesn't
make
even
sense?
it doesn't even need to be something as called out as an off flavor. It could just be a way of building more body. I mean, Kelly talked about how you build body you build high ABV and / possibly body in a like a stout, and you can get higher ABV from adding dextrose or corn sugar. Problem is you're going to thin out the body of the beer.
Right,
so you
right.
use the DME, the dry malt extract, to give you more fermentable sugars and to make it a more rounded mouthfeel. It gives you a fuller taste versus a beer that was fermented with a lot of dextrose.
Yeah, and that was also part of the conversation that
Right.
blended with how do you hide some of that high ABV in some of the beers to where you're drinking it going, this does not taste like a 12, 14, 15% beer. And again, those two conversations played together very, very well. A couple other notes from this episode. Bocks are the true danger beers of Cincinnati.
I think so.
I would agree with that. And I
Yeah.
think that is a very good way of putting it. If you're someone that is going to Bockfest for the very first time, and you're going, oh, these are easy to drink, and you're going back for your 4th and your 5th, and
See, it's a style that is.
some of them are heavier than others to where you can't consume them
There's a
as quickly,
sweetness
but,
to
ooh,
it.
yeah,
There's an inherent
yes,
sweetness
yes.
to a Bock that
It's wonderful.
is, I think, something that, like you said, it's wonderful. People enjoy it. But that sweetness is residual and it could be masking an ABV.
Which again kind of plays
that is a
back
higher
to
ABV.
some of that,
Yes.
corn sugar conversation.
And these are the
Yeah.
precursors to some other styles, or it's a way of ramping up from a Bock to a Doppelbock, and then you can even change into or transition beers into like Scottish, and then the stronger. Leading into barley wine styles.
Is like a triple Bock or like a quad Bock a thing, or does that just bleed over into
Maybe. I don't remember.
Okay.
I'd have to go look at my
your notes?
judging notes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I don't think I've ever seen one. Just this conversation, I'm like, I wonder if that's a thing. I don't know.
Like Belgians.
Right.
Doubles and
even,
triples and
even
quads.
IPAs, right.
Yeah.
You have your double IPA, triple IPA, the very rare quad IPA that.
Well, what's
every
weird is
now
once you
and
get
then
to a
kind
certain
of-
ABV, it's just called Imperial.
True. And Pretzel Day will be
Back.
So keep an eye on their social media pages for the dates, the adjuncts, the different variants that Kelly still has absolutely no idea about what he will create this year.
That's what he said. He said he hasn't thought about it.
I think he has ideas.
I think he's thought about it. I don't think he's.
has ideas.
I don't think he's finalized his plan, or he
Yeah.
wasn't ready.
to admit
To
or
admit.
to expose. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not ready to release any information about it.
Right.
All right, one more show to do. Let's go ahead and talk about someone who is not here tonight. We're going to talk about Gnomen, the weekly Point.
Cheers. TBP. Yeah, no.
Indeed, Gnome, do you have anything to say before we start talking about your show? That's what I thought.
Squeaky ass motherfucker.
We're going to call him Squeaks next time he shows up. And he'll be like, what the hell are you guys talking about? This was episode 304. I'm back. And very thirsty. I don't think he was as thirsty as he claimed to be looking at the sip count for this episode. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
He did have a lot of talking that he had to do, but, that's okay.
A lot of talking. We don't know how much drinking he did when he got off the pod.
This is true, and threw back a couple.
Finished his day of work, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need a
bunch more.
A couple of these."
This is very true. He made it home from Virginia. He recapped his drinking experience there. It seems like he found some really great places.
Oh yeah, allergies.
Like the first week, like that very first weekly pint from when he showed up, he's like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I found like 2 good-ish beers at the hotel bar. But by the second week, he went, you know what? This is okay. I think I'll survive. I think that things will be all right. So he talked about the places that he found, the things that he was able to do while he was doing work stuff, which is, he explained why he was down in Virginia. The work things that he was forced into by his wonderful wife, who she is wonderful, by the way. That is not, I am not saying that facetiously at all.
No.
Then he got into the Schnappening.
Yeah.
More Beckerovka, which we still have listed on the community
we got
board.
listed right here.
And there is still no...
Beckerovka.
Bitches. Beaches. Still no comments from ownership on if that is going to happen or not, but I still have faith. I still have optimism.
The problem is, an establishment like this, you just can't bring your own.
Right. Well, you can. You just can't tell them about it.
Okay.
Much like the hot dog roller. You just don't tell them about it. You just do it. Ask for forgiveness, not for permission.
Q2 video.
Ooh. Beckerovka and a hot dog roller.
Yeah.
I mean, we have an outlet right behind us.
Yeah, it's right there.
Things will happen. Right there. If you're on the live stream, you see, like, right there.
Yeah,
literally,
right there.
Right there. Was Stone Brewing as cool as no one was hoping it would be?
Yeah. It's about as cool as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
I don't want to give anything away.
No. But it lived up to the expectation that I had set, and I feel like that you had set as well.
Yeah.
Yes. From there, he opened up his first and only beer of the night, which again, he might have had another beer afterwards. We don't know.
Could have had some before.
He could have had a bunch before, a bunch after. But again, we can only go by what we saw because that's all that I'm counting.
That's all that's documented.
He had Brink's Pinnacle, their German Pils, which is an absolutely spectacular beer.
Yep.
Very good choice. Let's see. Talked about why he went to Richmond. We already talked about that. Go to Pie Day at Urban Artifact. As this episode comes out, Friday the 13th.
It'll be the next day.
It'll be Saturday the 14th at Urban Artifact.
Yep.
Pie eating contest, I believe, starts at 1. I think all of the Pie Day festivities start at noon. Gnome is emceeing, and he promises to have not only pie jokes, but dad jokes as well. Support Gnome, support Urban Artifact, support Pie.
And then when you're done, walk over to Higher Gravity Northside and say hi.
Yes. Moorline Lager House is now the Lager
House.
The Cincinnati Lager House.
Yeah.
Talked about how that changes things and how it doesn't change things, how it makes them better, how it doesn't really change anything, just how it is, how it exists, how it clarifies some of the beers that they brewed, some of the beers that they didn't brew. There were a lot of like licensing, contractual things that made the previously named Moorline Lager House confused with Moorline Brewing. Yeah, the brand that is owned by Cinbev. This should just make things much more clear-cut.
Right.
And you should see some maybe updates or changes to some of the recipes that you kind of didn't know who was actually making, which sounds confusing, but if you're familiar with Moorline Lager House and Cinbev and the Moorline beer brand itself, it might make more sense.
Right.
Or maybe I just made you even more confused because I'm not sure how to properly phrase what
I
I'm
don't
trying
know
to
how
say.
much we need to get into it. Not because people that are listening are local necessarily, but
Gnome did a great job of explaining it all.
He goes through that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't think we need to get too deep in the weeds on that.
Yeah.
I think I just want to say also that, I mean, every time I've been to the Lager House, I've always called it the Lager House, and I've had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be for, you know, the Gnome Domes or the Gnome experiences at the Chris Kindle Market, or for
just for dinner. The Lager House has provided a great experience, so I encourage everyone to go. Now, what I will say is that it probably changes, or does it? Does it change its designation as a brewery? Because they still brew there. Yeah.
So
and
it'll
they're still
be
going to brew their own beer.
Yeah, they're still going to brew their own beer.
It doesn't change any of that. It just might change some of the names.
So still considered a brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
Good.
Again, if you want more clarification, watch this episode and get more clarification, because Gnome can explain it much better than what we just tried to do. More than
get
what
some
I
of
just
that in clarificado.
Indeed. We are less than 2 weeks away from hemp-derived THC beverages being potentially illegal.
Boo.
The whole thing is so unbelievably stupid, and
look, I'm not a member.
So much overreach from government, and it's.
I think I'm like a lot of people, in only very few senses, but in this sense, I think that, look, I don't partake in these beverages, but I don't think there's a reason why we can't have them, and then there can't be sensible regulation for these beverages. And the fact that the industry had already, not only was it a burgeoning industry, it was already an industry that was gaining a real traction, a real foothold. When you see,
it's creating jobs.
Yes, it's creating jobs. It's local manufacturing. It's when you see, we were talking earlier about RTDs and FMBs and all these other things. You know, one of the categories that was growing the fastest were these hemp-derived THC beverages. Heck, even Higher Gravity here went from like a half a shelf to a whole shelf to almost an entire cooler of hemp-derived THC products. And as long as they're being used in a public sense responsibly, not unlike any other spirit that we have,
Right.
or, beer, as long as they're being used responsibly in public, and as long as you have the right to buy them and consume them in your own manner, in your own way, at your own home, I don't think there's a problem here. And I don't know why this became the evil straw man that it's become. I don't like it.
Right. And what confuses me is it was legal. Like, voters said, yes, we want this. We are okay with this. And even without actual legalized regulations, like that actual structure of saying, it can only be sold to 21 and up, it can, whatever those restrictions were, the places selling that, and again, there are always those the exceptions of places that aren't going to give a shit and sell it to whoever, whatever.
They penalize them.
Those are always going to exist, right? But the places like Higher Gravity, the places like, Urban Artifact and 50 West, they are self-regulating. They are going to say, if like a 12-year-old comes in and puts a Cristallo on the bar and says, I'm going to buy this, they're going to say, I'm sorry, no. You have to be 21 or older to buy this. It's not a law, but they are allowed to refuse service to anyone. They're going to sell these products responsibly, even though that's not a law, even though that's not regulated as of yet. So why can't the government say, okay, well, let's use this existing structure that we already have for alcohol, apply this to these beverages, and then just let people know, hey, we may need to dial some of these in.
Because it makes too much sense.
Right. Fair. Yeah.
That's why.
But again, it's like the industry is already self-regulating for probably 95 to 98%.
The infrastructure's already present.
Yes.
Just move forward.
And the government is even already saying, like, the testing that needs to be done.
They're already doing it.
Right. Everything is already being done. So what the hell's the problem?
I don't know. This is bureaucracy. It has to be.
It's absolutely.
It has to be.
Absolutely.
Because this makes too much sense to just move forward.
Yeah.
Just move forward.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Two other notes on this episode of the Weekly Pint.
That's all I had.
Braxton is the exclusive craft beer partner of the Cincinnati Reds, which Noam talked about, I believe it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This apparently has kicked out a few of the other local breweries from the stadium, which there are mixed opinions about. I don't like it. I think that as many local craft, like, you can have your preferred craft beer partner in the stadium, but don't kick out the other local places. I don't know. I think it was a shitty move, but I don't get paid enough to make those kind of decisions or to have my opinion heard on such matters. But I think that was kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And the last note that I have are the best of, those are in quotes, brackets worth anything at all. They can't.
Here's what I would say.
They can be, but it's I don't know. I wouldn't
look.
I don't know. Don't put weight on it. But
if we want to give a weight and a credence to the Oktoberfest quest, and not give any weight or credence to some online local magazine that doesn't do enough due diligence on the beers they're putting in their brackets anyways. I think we can make a determination and create a line of delineation there, because there is work being done.
Sure.
On one hand, you have somebody who's actually doing work around the bracket and trying to find a winner. On the other hand, you have an instance where some due diligence is not done, and a bracket is put together to create local buzz, which it does.
Sure, right.
And the breweries get behind it, but all it is a bunch of bots that are, voting over and 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 over again. And so you have some of the sort of strange outlier breweries that end up winning, week over week, and then all the way to the end of the bracket, right?
Wasn't there a beer one year that hadn't been made in like a couple years that
That's
was somehow
happened.
on the
Yes,
And
that's
I'm going
happened.
how now I can understand like what have been your favorite Cincinnati beers.
Sure.
Cool, I get that. But like, what's the best Cincinnati beer? And you're
And then
like,
you have-
this hasn't been available for 4 years.
Right. And then the other
That's
ones
not
like
what
the
this.
what is it, USA Today poll about the best new brewery in America, and Hearth Brewing won. Congratulations, to Hearth Brewery.
Great brewery.
Great brewery.
But I don't understand how it won. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited. Like, that's awesome. But at the same time, I'm going, how? I don't understand how that happened.
If it's by
I don't know.
if it's just by collecting votes, which are probably done by bots, take it for what it's worth. If you're a brewery and you win,
And you can
announce
use it
that-
to your advantage. Absolutely. Sure,
announce that you won, lean into the fact that you won. What I would say is that
As a
I think-
consumer, maybe don't take that as a sign that, as a guarantee that you're going to find every single beer to be incredibly exceptional.
I think
Like,
if
maybe-
you're local to a spot, it's fun to hold that up and say that that's cool. I think if you live near or haven't been to a spot, that's another reason to say, hey, I should check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there are plenty of well-established things in the market to be able to say whether or not you want to lean on that information as decision-making information.
Yeah. All right. Any other notes on the weekly pint before the sniff and sip count?
No, welcome back, Noam.
Yeah, welcome back to Cincinnati.
To Cincinnati.
And,
Not here. You're not here.
No, and because you know what you did, as we said on
Right.
weekly pint in the comments, you know what you did, and hopefully you'll feel better and do better for next week.
Right.
We'll find out.
There's an ointment to cure that.
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. He just doesn't want to have to explain the need for the ointment to
Right.
the people around him. It's fine. I understand. In this episode, the gnome took 9 sniffs of
Okay.
his schnappening and his beer,
All right, 9,
and he took 6 sips
That's
of his
15.
2 different beverages.
30 ounces.
30 ounces or just under 2
2
pints
pints.
in an hour and 20 minutes.
I
I
can-
can do that.
Yeah, we can
That's
do that.
easy for me, which
I'm
is
not
saying
even
a
going to
lot.
say let's do it because
No,
that's
because
like,
because we can do it.
we
know
probably
can
just
do it.
did.
Well, not me because I'm trying not to get a migraine.
Okay.
So I just did one in
Trying
an
not to
hour
get a
and
migraine and you
47
talk to me
minutes.
for 2 hours?
Yeah, let me tell you what a struggle that was. I probably should have had more than just 1 pint, but I didn't want to punish myself too much. Anything else before we wrap up this episode and call it a night?
No.
No. All right. Well, if you like what we have done tonight, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, follow, share, blah, 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 blah. A lot of words, not a lot of reason to say them over and over and over. Go to truthbeerpod.com for links to absolutely everything. If you would like unedited episodes, if you want to know what we said that I cut out of the public-facing shenanigans, all that kind of fun stuff, go to Patreon, patreon.com/truthbeerpod. Sign up for even the free tier, and at least once a month you will get the unedited episodes. I do cut out the silences because y'all don't need to put up with 15 to an hour and a half worth of dead air.
Well, that's the
Because
other thing.
sometimes we
If
take
you
long
leave them in,
silences.
and it's like a 3+ hour episode, and you're like, I ain't got time for that shit.
Exactly. So I do
But
cut out the silences. Most times I did leave them in. Well, actually, even the episode that I left the silence in, I trimmed the silence.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because again, I'm like, I'm not gonna make our Patreons suffer through
Is that
that.
an NXS song, Trim the Silence?
Probably.
All right.
Probably. But yeah, if you decide, sign up. Wow.
The
I
back-
completely lost track of where I was. Free tier, at least once a month, you will get an unedited episode. If you decide you want to send us some money, which we are using for just upgrades to stuff for podcast hosting and web hosting and stickers, Patreon members. Would you be interested in maybe, and I haven't talked to Marco about this, so surprise Marco, if we can find like a decent t-shirt printer to make t-shirts with our new logo. Thank you, Ryan from Cincy Brew Dads.
Cincy Brew Dads.
Would you guys be interested in getting a t-shirt for as part of a thank you for being a Patreon subscriber, which would mean we would need your address. If you're interested, just leave us a comment on Patreon. And again, I'm still kind of shopping around for a decent place. I want somewhere, if not local, just an independent shop. I don't want to go through some Amazon bot store that the money is going to some ginormous corporation. I'd like to support
an oligarch.
Exactly. I'd like to support some
or
local,
a sexist or racist person.
Right. I would like to support a small business that is run by good people.
Non-oligarchish.
Exactly. So yeah, let us know. And yeah, every single week, paid Patreon members get every episode that we put out unedited except for the silences. And we sometimes put out some video content for Patreon only. And as Marcus said in the beginning of the episode, our Q1 video has been rescheduled, so it may not actually come out in Q1. Maybe next week, depending on the weather, depending on what's going on, we can at least do some kind of short thing for YouTube to put out there.
St. Patrick's
on
Day?
the YouTubes, yeah. I think it's also Kolsch Night.
I don't know if it is
happening.
or not.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything, so we'll figure out something. We'll try.
I think it's probably better off if it's not.
I think we'll try to figure out a video to have out by the end of March, regardless of what it is. At least something
and as
short, if not a Nick Teeny night.
As the weather turns,
we're gonna Dora walk.
Yeah, and I'll probably do some more beer reviews.
Yeah, because the garage
video
will be
beer reviews. Yeah,
20 degrees below zero.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Marco, with that being
Julia,
said, what are you going to be doing next Tuesday?
I think we just said we're going to be doing this. Cheers.
Hopefully, cheers.
Hopefully.
We'll see you guys next week.
We're all done then.
Bye.